Why am I crying? Because, it's fly, idiot. China's biggest pardon? What the fuck is going on? What kind of demographic information is I'm finding? Like, is this a scientific experiment? The demographic information is not? Oh my god, what in the new camera is this? So if you are new here, welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be making a story time about how I got this stupid fucking camera and how Universe hates me. But clearly Universe has something to pick with me and I just cannot, I do not stand for it and I will not let Universe have its way with me. Although if Universe is a 6 feet tall, a handsome guy named Kevin, then yeah, sure, I would let him have his way with me. For me to tell you guys this story, or for me to begin this story, we have to go a couple weeks ago when I first started thinking, oh my god, my current camera sucks ass. Not in a good way, and it is not fun. Okay, so it is Sony ZV-E10. If you take anything away from this video, take the fact that the camera is good, but the camera does not possess the capability of capturing your angle around you. Like, it doesn't have wide angle lens, and because of that, like, imagine if this is the camera, I have to be like 10 postal codes away. Like, I have to stand so far away for it to get the body parts that I want. Like, I want it to have from my head to toe kind of video, but it won't be able to do that because it doesn't have wide angle lens. So that was fucking annoying. Like, every single day I was filming, every single day I was like crying. Not really crying because I'm not that bitch who cries over such lunatic things, but I was like, what the fuck is this? After wallowing on the fact that I cannot do anything to fix this and my life sucks, then I realized that, you know what, why am I upset? There is a fly in the house and my dogs are looking at it. Basically, after a while I was like, you know what, why am I crying? Because fly, idiot. I was like, why am I even crying about it? Because I can just go and buy a new camera, right? So I was like, all right, cool, let's do some research, because last time I did some research and I still fucked up. This is the headspace that I have. Like, I would spend hours, and I'm not kidding, I spent 2 weeks to research that Sony camera, and I still fucked up so bad that after 2 years of me having that camera, I have cried every single day. A man has not made me cry as much as this camera has made me cry. This inanimate object has made me cry myself to sleep every single night of the last 2 years and made me gain weight and everything else. I can just blame everything bad happening in my life to that camera. Now, would I say you shouldn't buy it? Buy it if you guys want it. I'm not gonna tell you not to buy it. It's a good camera. It does have 4K quality, but for me, it did not work. So then what I did is I researched a lot and I was like, all right, cool. I need to find a camera that has wide angle lens. I need to find a camera that has 4K. I need to find a camera that is also a good camera for me to vlog and it's not heavy, like all that fun stuff. And because I film every single day, it has to be a camera that has good battery life. And I was like, all right, cool. So then I found out DJI Osmo Pocket 3. And then I also found out a Canon PowerShot V1 or V10. I don't even know. So then I was like, hey, Kevin's my partner. And I was like, hey, Kevin, should we go to London Drugs and check this camera out? And he was like, you know what, let's do it. But we can't go on the weekdays, because if I go on a weekday, I would end up probably buying both the cameras, all the accessories, and probably a few things that I don't even need, like home theater. I have never met a person who needs a home theater. And if you have a home theater, donate it, please. I can put a PO box for you just so you can donate that home theater to me, because I would love a home theater, but I have never met a person who would go out of their way and buy a home theater for their house, because it's like having your phone and having your headphones, but then getting another headphones that you can put on your headphones. Does that make sense? No, it does not make sense. And I am not making the rules. Don't hate the messenger. Hate the person who made the rules, which is not me. I had to wait for the weekend to fall, and within those few days, the weekdays that I was waiting for it to turn to weekend, I was going on YouTube, I was going on Instagram, I was going on YouTube, TikTok, to look at this camera and look at the reviews and look at the footage that the camera has captured, and also see what are other people saying about the said camera and what are their opinions on the camera. Because God forbid, if I go and buy this camera and I am upset about it, I can't even do anything because I bought the camera. Every single day in the morning, every single afternoon, every single evening, every single night, I was just watching this. Imagine like this is my entire life. It is preoccupied. I'm not doing anything else. I am sitting and looking at the camera review, number 1 review, number 2 review, number 3. And these videos are about 20 to 30 minutes videos. So I am committed to actually finding if the camera is pretty good. And every single person has different opinions on both the cameras. Canon PowerShot V1 is a good camera, but there is this problem. Osmo Pocket 3 is a good camera, but there is this problem. And I was like, oh my god, what the actual fuck. So one thing about me is that I can get influenced by literally everything. I think it's world's easiest job is to convince me to do anything. You come to me and I don't even know you, and you'll be like, hey, can we go to rave? Just sit in this white van and we'll just take you to the rave. And I'll be like, all right, cool, that sounds good. Like that kind of dumb bitch I am. I'm convinced that both the cameras are very good. Kevin and I go to London Drugs in Coquitlam and we look at the camera. So, and at that time I wasn't really like into Canon. I was looking for DJI, but I was like, I will look at the other cameras that are there because why the fuck not? I'm already there. So we go there and I look at Canon and I'm like, oh my god, this is a good camera. As soon as I turn it on and I look at it, I'm like, oh my god, I can see myself and I can see everything behind me, everything around me. Like the camera's quality was so good. The wide angle lens was so good. I was so impressed. And this is something that I've never seen on my camera. Like I was this close to the camera and it still had a lot behind me. And I was like, oh my god, this is life changing. I have to have it. So I film, and if you guys haven't seen my vlog of me going and checking the cameras out, I will link that down in my description, because I literally started filming my partner and he was filming me, and it was a whole thing, and everyone there were looking at us, and there were a lot of security guards there as well. I don't remember why, but there were so many people there, and Kevin continuously was talking about how there were so many security, and I'm like, who the fuck cares? Let's keep looking at the camera. And he was busy looking at the security people, and I was like, all right, cool. So then I am done looking at the Canon, and then I look at DJI and I'm like, okay, there is a DJI model. I didn't know how rare it is for the stores to have that, but after this I got to know that. So I go and I hold the DJI camera. It's very little, it's very small, that's what he said. And then I look at the camera, but it has to be set up. So basically how Canon was just turned on and the preview of the camera was on their mirrorless screen. The same thing with DJI. There is like a 1-inch screen, and I wanted to see how that looks like when the camera is turned on. But to my surprise, the most basic thing was not available. Basically, now that I know, because I have DJI, you have to set it up and you can only skip it 5 times before it will not let you go and look at the camera preview on that 1-inch display. So I am looking at it. I talked to the staff and I'm like, hey, like it's not turning on. Like I can't really see myself. And they're like, oh, you have to set it up. So I'm like, oh shit, I don't want to set it up because I would have to download the app and then I would have to like connect it to my phone, and then that's a whole thing. And you probably don't want to do that, like connect a demo model with your phone. God forbid, like that's just not it, because I don't want to connect a demo model, and then how would I disconnect? And what if you can disconnect? Anyways, I don't even know. So then I have already been yapping for 11 minutes. That's too funny. One thing about me is I would do some research around as well. So London Drugs were on the first floor. Best Buy was above London Drugs. So I was like, you know what? Next best thing for us to do is go to Best Buy, and maybe they have DJI fully set up, because Best Buy is known for their products, right? Like they sell electronic products. So one thing that they would have is the camera fully set up, so you can buy it, right? So after that, I go to Best Buy and he is hungry. And I kid you not, in the morning around 8, he had a full breakfast, sausages, eggs, coffee, tea, this and that, da da da. So he was full. But around 11 a.m. he's hungry again. So he wants to go and get some coffee and like something to eat. So I'm like, all right, cool. Why don't you go? And then I will just look at Best Buy camera by myself, because he was already there with me at London Drugs. So then I go in and I make my way to the camera section, and I look at the camera, DJI, and the toggle button that is on the left of the record button that has red circle, it's literally like broken. There's no button. And then I look at it and I'm like, it's not even turning on. Like, so I go to the cashier because there's no staff around me. So I'm like, all right, cool, let's just go to the staff. And I'm like, hey, can somebody help me at the camera section? I want to look at DJI. So this person comes after a minute and he's like looking around, and I'm like right there beside DJI. And I'm like, hey, are you here to help me? Like, that was so weird. weird because I'm the only one in that entire section, and probably somebody paged him to get there because somebody needs assistance. So instead of like asking me, I had to ask him, which is fine, whatever. But I'm like, that's kind of weird. So then I asked him that, hey, DJI is not working and I really want to look at the camera before I buy it. Like, I'm planning to buy it. I have been looking at it, which is true. So then he's like, oh yeah, the camera is broken. And I'm like, I know that information. We established that information. That is why I went to get help. I didn't say that to him. I was like, yeah, it's not working. Like, do you have a solution? Do you think it needs to be charged? So he doesn't answer. He just says, oh, do you want to order it? If you order the camera, it will be delivered to your house. And if you want to return it, you can return it in 30 days. I'm like, I beg your finest pardon. Why would I want to buy a camera that I could not check in person in demo model? Why would I want to buy a camera without like looking at it, right? So I was like, no, thank you. And then I exited. I was pretty disappointed. I was pretty sad. So then I make my way towards Walmart. Now, if you have been to Coquitlam Center, you know that Best Buy is here and Walmart is all the way in Timbuktu. You just keep walking and walking. And if you have seen that vlog, you would know how much walking I had to do just to get to Walmart. On my way, I see Kevin, and Kevin tries to like walk like that around me to scare me. And I'm like, girl, why the fuck is he doing that? Like, I'm holding a camera. Like, what if I get scared? I accidentally like drop it, right? So anyways, so we make our way to Walmart and I'm like, oh, I see if there are other stores that also sell Labubus and Lafufus, but there were none. As we were walking to Walmart, I'm like, hey, do you know what we are going to do there? And he's like, no, what? So I was like, we're gonna see what are the cameras that they have and if we want to buy it. And he's like, I don't think you should get a camera. You should get a camera from Best Buy. And I'm like, okay, then why are we even going? On that day, I kid you not, we wanted to get coffee. So before we even went to Best Buy, we spent 20 minutes looking at the coffees, and by we, I mean me. I'm kind of picky in terms of like what I want to eat, what I don't want to eat. So it was kind of weird because I really wanted to get coffee, and our Keurig machine is really really bad right now because every time I put a K-pot in, like the coffee that I have to drink, it's just so bad. That day, I was very sad. I come home and I did not even find an information that I wasn't already aware of. So then I had to wait another week, go there on the weekend because as we have established, because that I cannot go by myself because I have zero control as an adult. I am 26 and I don't have control, and that's the weirdest shit about me. So I spent the entire weekend just looking at the cameras, and Kevin is convinced that that DJI camera is for me. And I'm thinking that, hey, I am very bad at keeping a camera safe. Like, Sony camera has taken some hits. It has fallen 4 times and it has survived. Not all the cameras are like that and are that strong, especially DJI camera because it has inbuilt a gimbal. So if it falls and it's gone. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can trust myself with that kind of camera. It's pretty sensitive. Then comes the day that we have to go and look at the camera. So I'm like, you know what? Let's go to Metrotown Mall and we'll have some coffee. So as any normal person would do, we exited our building to get coffee, but the coffee shop that we wanted to get to was closed. Now, tell me why that there is a coffee shop that is closed at 9 a.m. on a Saturday morning. I don't even know. And it's not just that day. We have gone there to get their coffee 4 times, 4 different occasions, and all the time, whenever we have gone, it's closed. I don't understand why does universe hates me, because all I want is have a coffee and a macaroon. That's it. That's all I want in my life. So then we go to the parkade, we get the car, and we plan that we'll go to Starbucks in Metrotown Mall, and we'll just go and get the camera after. One thing about me is I'm pretty dumb. So I get to the Best Buy parking, and one thing about that Best Buy parking is that it has a limitation of 1 hour parking, which I don't even understand. Why is there only 1 hour parking? It's a mall parking. It should be a little bit longer, but I guess there are some other restaurants there as well. But who eats in 1 hour? By the time you get your food, it's already 30 to 40 minutes. And by the time you're done eating, you probably want dessert. So I don't understand the logic behind that. Is some restaurants in Vancouver also have 2-hour window that you have to eat and you have to get out of the restaurant in 2 hours. Like some busy restaurants have that. So anyways, I parked there and instantly Kevin's like, why did you park here? And I'm like, why not? Because Best Buy is right there. So then he reminds me that, hey bitch, we were supposed to go and get coffee. And I'm like, oh shit, I didn't even think of that. And this guy didn't even remind me as I'm looking for the parking in that parkade. So I'm like, oh my God, this is fucked up. Now we have to walk all the way to food court. And if you know anything about Metrotown Mall, the Best Buy's here and the food court's there. I don't know why I find myself in these kind of situations where I have to walk from one side of the mall to the other side of the mall. One thing I hate about my life is walking and math. I cannot do math and I don't like walking anyway. So these two things combined together, oh my fucking god. So when we get to the Starbucks and we order and we get coffees, and then this guy is like, I want to go and get some food. So he goes to New York Fries and I go towards Curry Express in Metrotown. And I'm like, you know what? I will have a wrap. So I get a wrap from Curry Express, and then I come and I'm sitting. So he comes and then we are both sitting, we are chit-chatting, we are eating, and by that time it's already 45 minutes, 15 minutes left of 1 hour. Once we both finish our foods, we make our way to Best Buy. But on the way there was a City of Burnaby. They were kind of surveying where should the new bus train go through, like this road or that road, and we were like, all right, cool. We stood there and we talked to that person, and that took about another 15 minutes. So by the time we were done, it was already an hour. And then we start walking like we are sprinting, get to our car because there's only 1 hour limit. What if we get ticket? We don't want to get a ticket because we are here to actually buy a camera. And it would be pretty sad if we have to pay for the camera and for the ticket. But then we get to the car, there's no ticket. Thank God. One thing in this story that was good. So then we get in the car and then we park. Now we are dumb bitches. I don't even understand how we survive. So we get in the parkade, and instead of parking as close as to the exit of the parkade, because if you come up, the Best Buy's right there, we park far. I don't even understand why we parked that far, because I think we were looking for mall entrance. So we park close to a door, like close to the elevator, and then we go up and we realize that we are parked closer to the food court than to the Best Buy. At this point, I don't even know why was I there. I should have just gone home, because what the fuck, universe was not on our side. The day is turning out to be a disaster of a day. So then we start walking towards Best Buy because we are already here. We have committed to this, so we have to do this, right? So we get to the Best Buy, and then there was this amazing guy. Kudos to this person because he helped us a lot. He was great at conversation. He made everything so easy. So there was a DJI, and I did not even want to look at the other camera. Funny enough, they did not even have Canon. So it was pretty clear that the universe wanted me to buy DJI. Long story short, we are like, all right, cool, let's get DJI, but I'm gonna get DJI content creator package because then it comes with a mic and it comes with other stuff. So then I get the camera and we make our way to the cashier. Now comes the worst part of the story. And if you thought that the day before this was bad, you guys, so I didn't want to pay for the camera right away. I wanted to finance the camera because I am going to India and South Korea and I have to pay for all the tickets and whatnot. It's gonna be expensive anyway, so I was thinking that I would just pay throughout the year for this camera. There is this company, let's call it Walnut Company because my dog's name is Walnut. So Walnut Company has a login and whatnot, just like any other company, and for Best Buy to access to your account and to do everything, all sorts of stuff, they need to scan the barcode that is given through Walnut Company. So I'm like, all right, cool, let's log in. And now I go on my phone and I'm like smiling, I'm very happy. I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna get a camera and I'm gonna film. And I'm very happy because I film every single day, like right now. So I go and I'm like trying to log in. I go on Safari and I'm like walnut.com, and there are literally no bars. So there's no signal, there's no data that I can access, and I'm like, I do need that. In the meantime, Kevin bought something, so Kevin goes ahead and I'm like, all right, cool, I'm gonna go downstairs and I'm gonna get. So I go outside of Best Buy, take the escalator, get out of the establishment, and then there is some bar. So I'm like trying to log in. Okay, by this time, because I haven't accessed it in 2 years, I don't even know my username and I don't know my password. I know. I motherfucking know. This is dumb. So I go on my Gmail and I'm like, walnut.com. So all the emails that were connected to this company were on there. None of those emails had my username, which is kind of weird. Like, why do they not? Even the welcome email did not have my username. So I was like, oh my god, what the fuck? In the meantime, I'm thinking like, he is gonna buy that gimbal. I wanted to be there. I want to be there for the process. Is there anything special about that? No. But do I want to be there? Yes, because it's kind of nice that he's getting a gimbal and, you know, he also makes content. So it's gonna be cute that we both buy things together. I am on Safari and I'm like, okay, forgot username. And now it's asking me for all these type of questions. It's asking me da-da-da. I'm like, I don't know. So for me to get my username, I have to put an account number. What the actual fuck? Why do I need, brother? Why do I need my account number to access my username that I've forgotten? How would I remember 16 digits account number if I don't even remember like 10 to 12 alphabets that make my username. Make it make sense, walnut.com. I don't understand. So then I am back and forth between Safari, Gmail, and I'm like looking at it and I'm like, oh my God, this is so crazy. I had some water. I got so tired talking about everything because I had to take a break because it was so exhausting. So then I go upstairs and I'm like, hey, I would need some more time. So by that time, that guy is already gone, the guy who was helping me. So there was this another person who was helping us. So then I'm like, all right, cool. I gotta go downstairs. So then I try to like find one thing that I was like, oh my gosh, every single time I've logged in into this walnut.com, I've always logged in from a laptop. So one thing that's common is Google Chrome. So I was like, all right, cool. Let's just download Google Chrome and see if there was password saved. So then I do that and then the password was saved and I'm like trying to log in on Google Chrome and I use the same password like it's saved and I click on login. It doesn't log in. You know what it said? It said a wrong password. What the actual fuck? And I'm talking to Walnut. If I had changed the password, I would have had email notification, right? So when I was looking for email on Gmail, then I would have seen that kind of email, but there was no email. So then I'm trying to log in. I am freaking out. Kevin's texting me like, what happened? What's going on? Da, 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 da. And I'm like, I don't fucking know. I don't even know. I don't even know. Like, if I don't know, how would I tell you what's going on? So I'm like, calm down. Zen. Indians are very good at yoga, so let's just do it. And then I was like, I cannot. I don't even know. So then I go to Safari and then I'm like, all right, cool. What if I use the password and username that's on Google? And I don't know why I did that, but then I did it and it logged in. Tell me why it did that. Because I was using the same information to log in, the same username, the same password on Google, and then I used the same thing on Safari, but the Safari did it, and Google Chrome was like, fuck off. I was like, this is insane. There's barcode, everything is sorted. I will just go home. This was 30 minutes into this whole process. So I go upstairs, and then there's a barcode. Scan it so we can get the camera, okay? Get the camera, okay? Get the camera, okay? I was so happy. I was like, oh my God, it's gonna be so fun. I will get the camera and I will be done. I can film and it would be so fun. I go upstairs and I'm like, scan it. And then she scans it and then she's like, oh, it's not working. And I'm like, why is it not working? And she's like, the account is suspended. I beg your finest, biggest pardon. What the fuck is going on? I don't understand what the fuck was going on. So then I'm like, what the actual fuck do I do? Like, why is my account suspended? So she's like, oh, the demographic information does not match. And I'm like, what the fuck kind of demographic information is I'm finding? Like, is this a scientific experiment? The demographic information is not? Like, do you understand what a demographic, like, what is this? Scientific information demographic is not matching? So I'm like, what the actual fuck is going on? You don't need to tell me calm down. I am trying to calm down. She's like, calm down, daddy, calm down. So then I'm like, this is kind of insane because what the fuck? And she calls walnut.com and she's like, hey, so this person, like, it was pretty long because, you know, if you call a call center, there's a lot of wait. First you have to like type 1 or 2 English or French, da da da. So like by this time it was already 45 minutes or a little bit more than that, and in this process, and Kevin was upset, I am upset, and the fact that the demographic information is not matching. So then she calls and they tell her that postal code and the address is not matching. So she's like, oh, you know what, why don't you give me your IDs and we'll just confirm that and we'll be done with it. So I give her my ID and I'm like, and she's like, oh, this address, is this your current address? And I'm like, no. So she's like, what? And then Kevin's looking at me, and Kevin actually, when we moved here, he told me to change my address and I did. But what happens here is whenever you change the address and if you have driver's license and da-da-da, they send you a sticker of the address to put it on, because deal with a lot of like immigration stuff and this da, da, da. If I put that sticker on my ID, people think that that is not authentic, which I don't even understand. Like, so I did not do that. Everyone's a little bit mad and I'm like, oh my God. So this girl's like, hey, it has to match. Do you have any bank statement that it can match? So I'm like, okay, cool, let's log into my online bank app. But if you know, I did not have any service, so I had to get out of Best Buy, take the escalator, get out out of the establishment and have some service, and then I go in the settings and then I look at the address, and what do I see? That I did not change the address there as well. And I'm like, at this point, I just wanted to like pull my hair out because I was like, what the fuck is going on? I cannot prove the address through my IDs. I cannot prove the address through my bank statement. I don't have any other official thing to prove my current address, which is so fucking dumb of me to do that. But what else can you expect from me? I am a dumb bitch. And Kevin's texting me through all of this, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. So I have another bank app and I go and change my address there, but then that app will not have a statement with this new address, right? So then I go upstairs and I'm like, I don't know what to do. So by that time, the call is already done. Like, she has already hung up and she has written the number on a post-it note, and then she has given me. Now, let me tell you something that I did not tell anybody who are around me. At this point, you remember that I had coffee, right? One thing that coffee does, or any kind of caffeinated drink does in the morning, is make your stomach a little bit, you know, you gotta go to the bathroom. So this entire time, now it's been an hour, I have been wanting to go to the bathroom, but I thought that after I buy this, I'll go home quickly and then I'll use the washroom because I don't like to use public washroom. So I'm like, oh my God. And this time my stomach is like really like, it's crazy. I have to go to the washroom. So I take the phone number and I go downstairs, and she tells me that their office is going to close soon, so you gotta call them right away. So I call them. I'm in the queue for them to answer, and I'm like, okay, cool. I'm walking and I'm walking and I'm walking. One thing that was bad, because out of the Best Buy there was no signal, so if you're on the call, the data wouldn't work. So if I'm on Safari, that won't work, and if I'm on Safari, then the call wouldn't go through. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on today? Like, what the fuck? Who did I don't even know. I'm like, what the fuck? Anyways, so I'm on the call and I'm in the queue and I'm freaking out because Safari is not working and I need my account number to give them, because what else would they put in their system to find my account, right? So I'm like, shit, man. So universe was like, I'm gonna be a little bit chill with him. Like, the AI was like, hey, if you want to hang up this call and you want us to call you, your place in the queue will be safe, and you just put in the number that you want us to call on, and then we'll just give you a call. So I do that, and I'm like, I have to go to the washroom. So there was a Cactus Club across me, and I go to the washroom, and I'm like, good. And it's been like 15 minutes after I've hung up on the call, and I'm like waiting for them to call, and they said that I'm in number 3 in the queue, and they are not calling me. So I come out and I'm like calling them again, and I had to like stay around Cactus. As I got out of Cactus and I'm waiting to cross the road so I can be around Best Buy, there was this random man who came to me and he's like, the next 2 months are going to be very lucky for you. And I'm like, oh, thank you. Can I borrow some luck from my next 2 months and use it today? And this guy kept just saying that, and he was a random guy. I've never seen him in my life. He has never seen me in my life. How does he know that the next 2 months are going to be lucky? God knows. I don't even know. And I hope that he's right, because I do need some break. I cross the road and I'm looking at that guy, and that guy's gone. I don't even know where he went. Maybe he was an angel and he was there, because after this I'm on the call and I'm on hold, and there was this God-sent angel who answers, and he is like, I'm gonna help you. And I tell him everything that's going on, and I give him my account number, and I tell him that what's going on, and then he's like, yes, let's change it. So he changed my address, so then I run to Best Buy, and he's like, no, the office is not gonna close. And I'm like, oh my God, I was stressed about your office being closed. So I'm like, what the heck? And he's like, no, the office is not gonna close. So we go in, and then she scans the barcode and it works, and then I get the camera and I come home and I put this camera away. I did not even open the camera until 2 days after, when I was filming the last video that's on my channel. First impression of me and my partner on each other. And that was like 2 days after I had already bought the camera. You know how sometimes if there are a lot of obstacles into getting one thing done, you're just not even excited about that anymore? That's what happened with me. If you like this video, go ahead and subscribe to this page, because I post twice a week. So you get very funny, very fun content. And if you like this video, go ahead and also click on the thumbs up and follow me on Instagram, because if you're not, then you're missing out.